Because if you was to go into the BIO, now we done took him out the group, but if you was to go into it, it would show you Kyle was in that group for like 7 years, but BIO is 10 years old. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? That tells you that he wasn't there in the fucking beginning. And so therefore, what you call it? So that was one of the major drivers, you know what I'm saying? The wedge. So eventually what happened is we knew we had to take the power out of this nigga's hand. We just knew it. But at the same time, we also knew that Ning site was old, archaic, and it was stuff that you couldn't do. And because the Black Lion, commonly known as Holla, would draw a lot of young, talented people, you know, and you give me a little bit of credit, but you give him, what ended up happening is we started drawing IT people in, we started drawing networking people in, and so these people would come and they would, and these people would come and they would want to help us. So we was like, so now we had enough people to build a greater website that we didn't have to pay for. Now, what's very important about what I'm saying right now? You know what's very important about that? What's very important about that is that, quite frankly, he wasn't paying for it. Am I right or wrong, bro?
You're right.
So here it is. This is the website that he commissioned Emil to do. He wasn't paying for it. You know what I'm saying? But he wants to take control of the website. He wants to suspend people. He wants to add people. He wants to ban Patrick and Bradley because they're treasonous and all this other stuff. And it's like, nigga, how you banning people and controlling traffic on this site that you're not paying for? So, long story short, all of the good brothers and sisters, they band together and they started to, first of all, and I don't see her in the chat room, but first of all, God blessed us with a sister named Kexia. And this sister is a monster at what she does. A monster. So the first thing that she did was she took her own time. She took all of the names, addresses, phone numbers, all that other stuff in the BAIO, and she organized it by name in alphabetical order, by city that you live in or by country that you live in. We never had that before. And so I started giving Kexia credit on my shows, and you can go back and listen to some of the shows where I talked about her, and he didn't like that shit. Because why? Because he doesn't like women. And so what ended up happening is the more I gave her credit, the more he came up with reasons why what she did was wrong. So what he started saying was things like, you know, that shouldn't be public information, and it wasn't public information though. It wasn't like none of that stuff was posted on the main site. And so therefore, not only did she straighten that out, but then she started working with other members, and they made BAIO Afrikstan.com. So it's a one-time fee we had to pay, and after that one time, we wouldn't have to pay every month. And I'm going to say it again: we had no problem paying every month, but that nigga wasn't paying. So you fast forward to where we are now, and what happened is this: right before New Year's, dude texted me, or maybe left a voicemail, and he said, "Brother, I know you're bothered by the strife, but this all will be handled in the new year." And I said, "What the fuck is he talking about? What do you mean handle? How you gonna handle something? You know what I'm saying? Well, handle what? Handle what strife?" So that was a telegraph of what was to come. And eventually what did come was that he ended up, I'm skipping over something, right, Holla? I remember when we had an admin group by text on the phone. You know what I'm saying? It was me, Thomas, and a whole bunch of people. So out of nowhere, we all discussing black issues and things that happened. I think somebody got shot and killed. I think it was the Amber Geiger situation. In the middle of us talking about this, he comes in the middle of this and says, "Hey, who wants to stay on the Ning site?" What the fuck kind of bullshit is that, brothers and sisters? What do you mean?
Oh yeah. Let me speak on that because I want to give some context to that.
Go ahead.
All the stuff that's happening about the updated site and the upgrade to the site is all above board. This wasn't happening behind Kala's back. Actually, Kexia wanted to include him in the text messages so he could know what's going on with the status of the site. So this was nothing sneaky. This was nothing underhanded. And I was on the phone with Kala because one of the things, this is what let me know that the Ning site was bullshit. I was on the phone with Kala and we were trying to figure out how to download the site.
Right.
Ning does not let you download your site because what they want to do is keep you on their platform and they don't want you to take your content and go somewhere else. That's absolute bullshit.
Right.
And this is with me and Kala on the phone.
Right.
So this is no sneaky shit going on. He knew that we wanted an updated site. The admins, and let me explain what an admin is. An admin in the BAIO is the people that contribute on a monthly basis toward the website or toward whatever we're doing online.
Right.
So you have about 10 to 12 people who are we consider admins. And I consider them more admins than Kala, because Kala for a whole year wasn't contributing shit to the BAIO.
Exactly.
So how are you going to question people that's coming out of their pocket on a recurring basis every month? This is how it is with black conservative right wing thinking Fox News nationalist black folks. They all for law and order until it's a law they don't agree with.
Right.
They're all for rule of law until there's a law they don't agree with. They're all for unity until there's something. It's like they're hypocrites, because the moment they don't agree with something, they go rogue and they do what we have. They do exactly what we have in this situation right now.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, I'm gonna tell you something. You tell me if this is an honorable person, and this is 100% facts, and I dare any of them motherfuckers to tell me that I'm lying.
Yep.
We have 10 to 12 people contributing to the BAIO, and they're and under the context that money is supposed to be going toward the Ning site,
right,
monthly. And I think the Ning site was something like $59, some outrageous bullshit.
Yeah, it was like $60. Yep.
This motherfucker in June disconnected the PayPal account. Now the PayPal account was attached to the BAIO bank account. That's not my bank account. That's not Minister Wu's bank account. That's not KalaGenesis bank account. That's the BAIO's bank account. And that was established by our brother Thomas.
Right.
He disconnected the PayPal account from the Ning site in June of 2019. I didn't even know it. I just happened to check. I checked at the beginning of this year sometime. This was recent that I checked. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, why do we have so much money in the PayPal account? The dude disconnected the PayPal account from the Ning site, never told the admins that he did it.
How long ago was that, bro?
This was in June.
Oh, shit, word?
So for about 6 months or more, people are dedicating their money every month, and it's going straight to the PayPal account. But the question is, well, if the BAIO is not paying for the PayPal for the Ning site, who is? I'll just leave that out there. I can't make a statement one way or the other because I don't know. But I know this: the people that were the admins on that site are not paying for that Ning site. And my guess is that it's going into the pockets of KalaGenesis. That's my guess.
And here's a side question also. Man, if you disconnected the bank account back in June, then you always had aspirations of splitting up the organization. Because all that far ago, you was doing that. You did that like a half a year ago. You know what I'm saying? That means that you had a plan and you was executing your plan behind closed doors. And I remember one day, Kala was like, we got to call Kala. And I was like, all right. So we called them together because I guess Kexia had got suspended from the Ning site. So we asked him, remember this, bro?
Yeah.
We asked him, we said, yo, why was Kexia suspended from the Ning site? You know what this nigga said? He goes, I did what I had to do. I said, what? What the fuck is this? Some kind of Marvel comic movie and shit? What do you mean you did what you had to do? Where's your shield, nigga? You get ready to throw the hammer at Thanos? You did what you had to do? Like, what do you mean you did what you had to do? This is a woman that's trying to straighten stuff out with skills that you don't have, and you suspended her. But the reason why you suspended her is because she threatened his control. She threatened his control of what he was trying to do. And so,
and that wasn't even her intention. Her intention was to make the BAIO site more secure and better.
Yes.
She doesn't even know about half the stuff, 3/4 of the stuff that's going on with Kala. She didn't even know about.
Exactly.
And you know what the crazy part is? What makes it, and this is to provide more context. His issue with Patrick and Bradley and Kexia is that Well, people are doing things without my authorization. Isn't that ironic?
Yep.
When this motherfucker, hold on, I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down. When this dude was consistently doing things on his own without any authorization from BAIO admins,
Unilaterally.
just making decisions and doing them. But his issue is what other people are doing. And his whole thing was Bradley and Patrick and Kexia are trying to take over. But look who disconnected the PayPal account. And then you tell me, I want one person. If you're a Kala sycophant, I want you to be an honest person and tell me, is that honorable?